Hey everybody, and welcome to your second episode of the Beginner C++ tutorial. And in this tutorial, we're going to be creating our first C++ project and actually understanding how a typical C++ program works. So, let's start by creating a new C++ project just by going over into File, New, and Project. And we're going to be selecting a Win32 console application from our Visual C++ tab. So just give it a name, a location, and we're good to go. So this is our first C++ project right here. And I'm going to explain how a typical C++ program works by going over all the code written here and explain what it does. So first we have this hashtag include stdafx.h, which is known as a preprocessor director. And I'm also going to add in this line of code using namespace std. You don't really need to understand all this right now because we're going to go over this part in the future. But all you need to know right now is that the first line of code tells the computer to include a file into your program. And the second line basically tells it to use all the standard C++ thing. So just remember to write these two lines in your program. And this is where it gets really interesting. In order to understand this, you have to know that computer programs are made up of different functions. And a function is basically some sort of operation that you want the computer to perform. For example, in the future, we'll have a function to move a character in the game to the right and another function to move it to the left. And when you run your program, C++ automatically finds a function named main and starts your program from there. So basically in C++, everything starts from this main function here. But what about this int word? Well, int stands for integer, and in C++ you work with different data types. Let's say you have a function that calculates the sum of a and b. Well, you need to have the function return the answer to you. And int main just means that this main function will return an integer after it's finished. And return 0 just means that the program ran with completely no error at all. So, I've taught you how a program works. Now let's learn to do one of the simplest things that every developer must know how to do, which is printing text on the screen. Displaying text on your console is actually really simple. So simple that if someone doesn't know how to do it and still calls himself a programmer, then you should definitely smack him or her in the face.
Noah! Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you alright? How did...
Larry! Righto, what's going on here?
Oh, sir, I'm arrested. Oh! Oh, arrest... Oh!
Anyway, in order to do this, you just need to write include iostream. And this means that you're including the file iostream in your project. And iostream is basically a file that helps you to print text on the screen. So, next, in our main function, just write cout, two smaller symbols, quotation mark, hello C++, and another set of smaller symbols, and then end line, follow with a semicolon. Then after that, just write system, followed with a pair of parentheses, and inside of your parentheses, just go with quotation mark, pause. So you might be wondering, what the heck is going on right now?
What? What the fuck?
Let me explain. Cout basically stands for console output or character output, which means that these lines of code tells the computer that we want to output text on our screen. And these two smaller symbols are called the output operator. And here you type your text, and NL just means that this is the end of the line. So if we were to print out some other text, it will be printed out on the next line. So, what about this semicolon right here? Well, in most programming languages, a statement must be ended with a semicolon to tell the computer that this is the end of the statement. And this line of code basically tells the computer to not terminate itself immediately, but to rather wait for a command then close. So let's try to run our program, and look at that. Hello C++ being printed on the screen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our first C++ program. So I know that in this tutorial I threw a lot of information at you guys, but this is only because this tutorial is actually extremely important. And once you understood how a C++ program works, everything's going to be running super smooth. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be learning about something super cool in C++, and also probably be writing the best program ever made in history. So as always, remember to leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more videos. Until next time, peace.